Hi Aries, welcome to your Astro Reels. It's my pleasure to read for you, of course. And as you know, these readings are timeless and signless, so you don't have to have any specific placements in Aries for the messages to be for you. If they resonate, then yay, they might be for you. And if they do not resonate, I would invite you to take a step back and then to come back later once the messages have had a chance to materialize in the physical and see if you're able to recognize them. If you'd like to work personally with me, you know exactly where to find me. We do pretty much everything. Just go on to the link for my Etsy page, and I will be at your service with a capital S, of course. All right. Also, there's a bit of a lawn mowing noise that's going on, so please, let's just move forward with that. All right. Interestingly, Aries, as I was gearing up to do your message, I was hearing, that song, Don't Fence Me In, that song. So the idea is like you're feeling boxed in right now. So, and just as you saw this card come out, look how she's like, right through that obstacle, or that, is it obstacle? Not obstacle. Obstruction? Yeah, obstruction is probably the word I'm looking for here. So let's see what's going on with you. Knight of Swords. It's giving me Ace of Swords vibes, but it's not an Ace of Swords. So whatever it is that you think that you've stumbled upon, Aries, or whoever you are, you don't have to be Aries at all. Whatever it is that you think that you've stumbled upon, I'm getting some frustration along with that. So you may be prone to frustration in general as a person, especially when you're trying to give birth to something, but there's an energy here. I almost said an enemy here, okay? So just take that however it is, but there's an energy here that you've got going on that seems to be creative, but is not necessarily creative. It feels a little bit like a misfire or a spark. Not all sparks, that's lighter. Sorry. Or not all sparks are going to lead to a flame, is what I'm getting. So I'm kind of getting those vibes. So what I would advise you as your friendly local reader / friendly local healer, God bless, is that don't go stomping around and pummeling on everybody for this big idea that you've got. Like sometimes we have this idea of something and we take it for granted that it's going to happen. It is the case. And so we may be mean to other people in the process, and even demean other people in the process, because we have an idea that what we're doing is it. But then you go and you find out, oh, it's not it, or it wasn't it. And so now you've got to backtrack. Meanwhile, you've hurt a lot of people in the process, right? So I want to remind you here, it's giving you some Capricorn vibes, and don't come for me, Cappies, because, I do have a Capricorn South Node, so I get it, right? But it's giving me those vibes, like somebody who's ultra driven, but I'm not even seeing very driven here. I'm feeling like a doggedness when there's an idea of yours, but it may not even, it's more like a spark. It's not the real deal. So just be mindful about it. Look what comes out next, the Page of Pentacles. I almost said the Pen of Pentacles. Cute. That must be for somebody, 3 minutes, 33 seconds. The Page of Pentacles, what I'm getting here is that Spirit is saying you might think you're hearing think smaller, and that's the ego that's addressing that's making you think you're hearing that. Think smaller, right? Because look at Spirit coming through as this cute little dragonfly, and you're holding this cute little flower here representing the world, and you might be like, well, I'm supposed to be doing this, and Spirit's like saying, actually, instead of focusing, what Spirit is actually saying, instead of focusing on the abstract idea of what you're doing, focus first on what it is you actually have in your hand. As they say, one bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. Okay, this meaning means take stock of what you have first. Look at what you have on your plate first, finish it, and then we can move on to something bigger. But your ego will have it twisted, and you will think that they're saying, we want you to think small because you can't handle big. And that's not the case. So here is your friendly local reader. I'm waving at you. Hi. It's important I would say it's important for you to take stock, 4 minutes, 44 seconds, at what your ego is telling you you're supposed to be doing right now. Look at this. This is the same scene, practically. but seen from a different lens. Here you've got this Knight of Swords, you're rushing in, you're doing all this, you've got this cute dress on, first of all. And then you've got this wand, but it looks, you think it's a sword, but it's just a paintbrush, and you're slicing through clouds, and you've got this big feathered, it's like the ace of feathers kind of deal, and then you've got these billowing clouds, you're taking the world by storm. But and these are trees, but they look like skyscrapers in the vision that I'm getting. But actually, what's going on? Also, we see this this dress is actually see-through, even though you think it's like not. You're like, wow, it's this big taffeta dress or whatever, but it's actually see-through. It's giving me paper thin ideas, right? So look at the mirroring here. There aren't skyscrapers or anything. There are cute little plants here. You're not chopping into anything. You're not carrying this big sword. You're not moving at the speed of light. You're just standing gently here. There's no big feather you're riding. It's just a cute little skirt, right? In fact, you've got a cute little watering can, which tells us you do have a job. But your job isn't to slice clouds, right? Your job is to maybe collect the range. And if you keep thinking you got to be doing, this is a lot of yang energy, a lot of dynamic, right? Doggedness ideas. Then you're going to miss the rain that's coming, the billows, see the billowing cloud, what you're supposed to be positioned under so that you can catch the rain. And then you can water the cute little flowers, which are already here waiting to be watered. So you see, when we look at these two, and on top of that, you're no longer a knight, as you were in your mind, you're a cute little page. Two different suits all together. Not even the swords all up in your head. No, you're here on the ground. And look at the cute little dragonfly, like, hey, not even coming in on a mean kind of thing, but hey, what are you doing? Are you ready to catch the rain? Right? And you're like, And so if you're not careful, you're going to think that what your cute little dragonfly friend is saying is that you don't have an important job and that you're not, worth it and this and that and hold your britches or whatever, what's the saying, right? But really, that's not the case. You do legit have a job. You're legit employed. And in fact, this little thing here almost looks like the earth, this little baby. It's a little bud from this cute little flower. Oh my God, everything is just so cute here. I can't even handle it. But it looks like the earth. So you do have something that you're working on that is in service to the earth. But wouldn't you like to really see what that job is? Or would you like to keep beating the horn of this big thing that isn't really happening? I don't know, And look at this. If you get to work doing your job, which is catching these jewels from heaven, the rain, into your cute little white, what's that called again? Oh my gosh, my words. What is that called again? Watering can? Oh my gosh. Who doesn't garden? Me, right? The watering can. Then you can go and give it somewhere else so that somebody else can get the flowers. These are cute little butterflies, but they always look like flowers to me. And then, so you're part of this cosmology. You're part of this ecosystem of workers, let's say workers, assistants, helpers, right? And that should be enough for you. Sometimes we have to remember we have to be enough. When is it ever going to be enough? Is it ever going to be enough for us? That's the question here. Because here we've got this let me out kind of energy. You're like, it's the defensive card energy, but of course this carries defensiveness, this energy here. But it's like, let me out, I want out. And in actuality, this is you, super sweet. And all this other stuff, we don't know. Here we have this Two of Swords. They're showing that they understand. It gives me hangman vibes, like that stagnation vibe. And usually, sometimes I see some frustration here. But here we just have it's just a reflective moment. So you may actually seem rather serene on the outside, whoever you are, at times. But you see how we have the presence of this two. So these pulling energies. It's like you do have a job, you just don't recognize it. And they're saying it's understandable when in the absence of clarity, right? You see you have this whole big hole here in the hat. In the absence of clarity, which human beings, we're prone to have a lack of clarity because of our position here on this planet, and of course because of our conditioning, right? But because of this lack of clarity, it's very easy to drum up ideas, and there's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead, dream. But the problem with it is that then we fill our heads and our minds and everything with such strong, inflexible ideas that when the real thing does show up for us to take action, right, we're not able to see it because of that. And look at the Hermit card. Look at her sitting here waiting, but she's so high up here with this idea of what is she supposed to be doing. So for some of you, looking at your 3D details, this could be about your mission work, but I'm seeing here for somebody, it could also be about family life. Like maybe you're thinking, oh, when am I going to get married and have kids, because I'm supposed to have kids, and I didn't. And you're so focused on having kids and all of that, that the whole, you didn't realize what's the whole, why am I even out here in this world, in this water here? Because you're supposed to look for these ships, so when they pass by, you can give them a message, because you come from this water spot. You see, you're a cute little mermaid. You come from here, but you're above land, so to speak, so that you can see the ships passing by and you can give them messages from beyond. But you forgot that because you're focusing too much on stuff and you're not seeing the water. You're up here looking at the birds and thinking, and now you're thinking, oh, I should be fishing, and now you've got a fishing pole, and now you're like, what am I doing out here, right? So now you're upset because you're not catching fish, and what kind of fisherman am I? I'm such a loser, and this and that, completely off from the reality of what you should be doing. And then why would you be catching fish? You're a mermaid. What are you doing? You cannibal, right? No, I'm kidding. Maybe they did eat fish. Who knows? But the point I'm trying to say is that it's very easy for us to become concerned and to become confused and to become lost along our path, and then to become disgruntled about things, and because we're making these feelings that are all based on false observations, false ideas. These feelings then make us feel even worse about ourselves, and then we try to correct it by running out and trying to do something that we think will bring us happiness. But it's not going to bring us happiness, because we don't know what will bring us happiness, because we don't even know what we're doing out here, because we forgot. If that isn't the existential dilemma for every human being right now, I don't know what is. But we're seeing this play out in life right now. Another good example of that in a very recognizable format is midlife crisis. The midlife crisis happens all the time. We quote unquote lose our way because we were running on all these false ideals to begin with, right? And then Saturn return hits us, and then we're just like, what am I doing? Who am I? I'm going to go out and buy a sports car because I know that's going to bring me happiness. Or I'm going to get a divorce because that's what I need. This person's holding me back. When in reality, no. You're so far off. You're seeing things incorrectly. And so you're misjudging your progress, thinking you're not doing anything. And then you're making yourself feel bad about it. And then you want to correct it. And then you extra correct, you hyper correct, and now you are doing things that you think are going to bring you happiness, and they're false goals. Then you're spending time with it. God forbid it be a new relationship, right? Now you're in it for the next 6 years, for example, or now you've got that car for the next few years, and you got a car note, or you divorced, and now you and then a few years later you realize, oh, it wasn't like I thought this would make me happy, and it's not. And that's because you don't know what's going to make you happy, because you've forgotten who you are. So whoever you guys are, it could be all of us. This card wanted to come out earlier. Spirit is saying, start to see yourself as enough. Look at this King of Pentacles. He's out here looking all super cute, but small. If he's out here thinking he's so small, he's this and that, what am I doing? Blah, blah, he's going to miss his birthright. Look at this. This man's the King of Pentacles. It's written here. He's riding upon this beautiful animal. He's got money for days, and he's hanging out. He's not even wearing socks. He don't care. So he has to realize who he is. Just enough.